So the example that they do here is on a parabola, and I will leave you guys to do that example for the project. So because lesson 4 is part of the project. Does everybody understand how the sliders work? Okay. So let's go to section 5. This is on transformation geometry. So this is where we are going to look at rotations, reflections, you know, all kinds of transformations. So let's add the grid. I think that might be helpful in this case. So I'm just going to add the grid here. I am going to go to this one over here and oh, hang on. Hang on. What is going on now?
So this is a new...
Yeah, we're just going to do a new one, but we want the grid. Okay, there it is. So we're going to click on the grid. Once you clicked on the grid, let's so what we're going to do is we're going to construct a reflection in the x-axis. So we want a point, right? So we want the point 32. So let's type in the point 32, press enter. And now it will actually create the point 32. And so it's helpful to have the grid now. So
in the input put point 32?
Yes, in the input just type parentheses 32. And now we want to reflect this. So we will go to, if you go to the menu bar, go to reflect about a line. And we want to reflect it about the x-axis. So click on reflect about a line. If you look down here, it says select object to reflect. We're going to reflect this point about the line y equal to, or x equal to 0. And there it will reflect that point.
So, I don't know if this worked or not, but I tested the line, the x-axis first.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
I think you first need to select the point, the object that you are trying to reflect. So the object that we are trying to reflect is the point.
Okay.
And then you click the line that you want to reflect it about which you are trying to reflect it. Then it will create that, then it will reflect it. So let's say we have the line y equal to x. And we want to reflect the point A about the line y equal to x. Then you will click on reflect about a line. You click on the point A, then you click on the point y equal to x, and there it will reflect it about that line. And again, I think this is very helpful for the high school teachers or the teachers in this classroom, you know, for your students to actually see what's happening here. Because sometimes they have a hard time, you know, visualizing what's going on with these reflections, translations, rotations. Are you a teacher?
I am.
Okay, where are you teaching
I
at?
teach at Colleen High School.
Okay, very good.
What grade? 9th grade.
What class? Something really cool. Our niece has my son this year.
Really? That's awesome. But she's at, is she at Colleen?
Our niece Wheeler is at Colleen, teaching 9th grade geometry.
Okay, very cool. Awesome. Okay, everybody okay with this one then? So you first click the object, then you click the line. So let's continue. Let's do a rotation of a point. So let's rotate let's determine the coordinates of the image of the point 3, 2 if P has been rotated about the origin through a 90-degree anti-clockwise direction.
It doesn't say anti-clockwise, it just say counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise, yeah. Counterclockwise, so direction. So, okay, let's do this. So we want to input, okay, we actually already have 3, 2. So I'm just going to get rid of all the rest that I have on here. So we already have the point 3, 2, right? And what do we want to do? We want to take the point 3, 2 and we want to rotate it about the origin through a certain degree angle, right? So let's go up here. We want to rotate about a point. Rotate about around a point, select the object to rotate. So we're first going to select the object to rotate. So that's going to be my A. And we want to, oh, I'm sorry, we want to do this around the origin. So we have to type in 0, 0. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't mess this up now. Okay, so go back. We want to rotate around a point. So you select the object, the center point, and then enter the angle. So the object, the center point, rotate around a point. The object, the center point, and then this will come up, this angle. And now you tell it, we said, what, 90 degrees counterclockwise, so it's already on counterclockwise, and there it is. Everybody okay with that? Okay. So that's how you will rotate. And again, I'm doing just, very easy examples right now, but you can see the, the possibilities here. You can create a polygon and then rotate this polygon. You have done this in 405, right? Yeah, so did you use...
Not that bad. It's pretty easy going, and
yeah.
just play around with it and you'll get the hang of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually very easy. And it's very powerful once you want to show, specific theorems and whatever, which we will get to a little later.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at, I want to show you vectors. Let's translate an object by a vector. So we're still going to use this point 3, 2. That's just going to be my go-to point for now. So we're going to have the point 3, 2. This is my A. And I want to translate this object by a vector. So what I'm going to do first, what do they want to do? They want to... and I cannot read what they are trying to do here. They want to translate, they say, determine the coordinates of the image of 3, 2 if P has been translated 4 units horizontally to the left. Okay, so that's what we are trying to do. And we're going to do this through a vector. So we are first going to create the vector. So let's go to, and I think it's this one. Yeah, vector. And now select the starting point and then the end point. So I want to go 4 units to the left, right? So let's start here at 4. And then you just extend it 4 units to the left. Okay, so there you created your vector. And you can see here to the left, it actually will show you this is the vector u equal to -4, 0. Yeah?
So we don't start at the point, we start at 4, 0.
Yeah, you're just trying to create this vector for now, So we will see what's going to happen now in a second here. We're just creating the vector. We have a point somewhere because we might want to translate a whole image, So let's just create the vector for now, and then we will see what will happen from there. So. So if you want to translate an object by a vector, then you go here to your translation So go to the translation and you can see here translate by a vector. So click on translate by a vector. You have to select the object to translate and then the vector. So I'm trying to translate this point, right? So I click the point, that's my object. And then I click on the vector and you can see how it will translate that point. And I'm using points right now, but I mean, if you want to play with it, create an object, create a polygon or something, and then you will see how it translates it. Everybody okay with that? So now, let's say I ask you to translate by a vector 4 units to the right. How will you do that? So you will create a vector that goes to the right. Over here, a vector that goes to the right. Let's say 2 units just to make it a little different. And let's say I want to translate this object, translate this point by this vector. Did he do it? Translate this point by this vector, and there it is. Everybody okay with that? So that's how you will translate with a vector. And now if you would move around this vector, you can see what will happen to this point, right? If you translate through a vector of this length with that direction, then the point will be there.
So how did you move around the vector?
You just, the vector looked like this, right? So just click on the move menu button and then start moving the end of the vector where it terminates. And you will see how that changes, you know, how this will translate the point. Everybody okay with that? Okay, so I'm on. Do you guys need a break or can we keep going? You're fine. Anybody needs a break? Do you just want to maybe stand up? Oh, you want to? Okay, let's take